have fantastic news for you. In fact, I'm so happy. This is a game changer if you're looking for visa sponsorship in the UK, especially in the NHS. This news made me so happy because I know it's going to change a lot of things. It's going to help a lot of families who are struggling to get an NHS visa sponsorship role. Now, if you want to find out what this news is, in fact, I have two news. Different news, good news anyway, and I feel it's a good improvement. Now, if you want to find out what this news is all about, please watch this video to the end. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about settling, working, or studying in the UK, US, or Canada. If you're interested in any of these countries, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you know it's time to watch Cynthia Academy. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. A few days ago, I shared a video about how you can get an NHS healthcare assistant band 3 visa sponsorship role. You know, the problem is that many people have been contacting me, telling me that they passed through the interview and they're successful. When it comes to the final stage where they're going to give them visa sponsorship, the trust will tell them they cannot offer them visa sponsorship because the salary for band 3 at the lower tier is below the amount that the government stipulated that healthcare assistants should have. Now, the government said that it should be 23,200. So anything above 23,200 can be sponsored as long as it's band 3 and above. Unfortunately, NHS England and Wales cannot give you visa sponsorship with the lower tier, which is below 23,200. Now, the lower tier is around 22,816 pounds. If you go to the NHS job site, you see many jobs with that. I've been sharing job opportunities on my community tab. Now, the only places that people have been applying to is with Scotland and with London, because their minimum salary threshold for band 3 at the lower tier is above that 23,200. Now, the good news I have for you that I'm so happy about is that the government, the Labour Party, that's the Labour government, has agreed to increase the NHS pay scale. There is an increase of 5.5%, and this has boosted the band 3, that's the amount, to be above 23,200. This means that you don't need to start looking for only London NHS or those in Scotland for you to apply. Now it means that you can apply to NHS England because the pay scale will increase. Now the question is, when would this increase take place? And they said it's going to be from April 2024. So that's the agreement. But if you go online and check, it has not been reflected yet. It has not been reflected yet. So I'll just say go ahead and apply to NHS England. This is NHS England, not Wales. There has not been any pay rise for Wales. This announcement is specifically for NHS England. Now I want to share my screen so you can see what's up. Remember that the government said that band 3 and above will be sponsored or given visa sponsorship. Now, there's nothing like band 1, because they say band 1 is no longer used as a point on the agenda for change contracts. And there's band 2. Band 2 is when you have zero experience, and it used to be 22,383, and they're going to increase it to 23,614 pounds. Now, the question is, does it now mean that band 2 will be sponsored? I don't think so. The statement of changes in immigration rules, if you check that document, it's clearly stated that they won't be sponsoring band 2 and 1. So I think even if the pay rises affects it or not, they won't sponsor it. They just want to sponsor from band 3 and above. Now you can see that there is also a predicted inner London pay which will increase. It was already high first, so it will still increase. Now let's go to band 3, because that's the main bone of contention. That's the place we are really interested in, which is, there's a staff in band 3 such as healthcare assistant currently starts on salary of 22,817. This would increase to 24,071 following the pay rise. Now you can see that it says from 0 to 2. So if you have like a few years of work experience, maybe six months, 1 year or something like that, and they give you a lower tier for band 3 with the NHS, then the pay rise will now be 24,071 and 71 pounds, which is above the 23,200. This is fantastic news, guys. This is so good because the London pay will rise further. This is good news. Remember that the trust in London, they are limited, and the ones in Scotland are limited. So everybody has been applying to these two, trusts, like the numerous trusts under London and the numerous trusts in Scotland. But by expanding this now, by increasing the pay, what it will mean is that there will be more opportunities. So people can apply to the ones in England, especially if you are looking for visa sponsorship. Yes, I'm aware that, yeah, there's been this struggle with getting NHS jobs. Is becoming very difficult, but people are still getting it, to be sincere. The truth is that many people don't want to do this job. I'm talking about indigents or people that have their indefinite leave to remain. They don't want to do this job at band 3. It's a lot of work for you to be working 12 hours shift, and the pay is not fantastic. Even if it's in London, it's not fantastic. So I think most times they rely on foreign workers to fill in this section. I know that sometimes they'll just check whether you have a few years of work experience and they'll take you in. I know that many people have been struggling to get this visa sponsorship opportunity. So by increasing it, it will expand it to many other people. If you're in the UK, wherever you are, you can apply. I'm going to share the different increase from band 2 to 7. Let's just forget about 8 now. But if you're interested, take a screenshot to see the increase in salary. If you are working with the NHS, this is what you should expect. We don't know when it's going to take effect, but they said that it's going to be backdated from April 2024, but we don't know when they're going to implement it. But at the same time, what I feel you should do is just go and apply for NHS jobs, even if it has not been reflected. Yes, because by the time you go through the interviews and everything, you're ready, you're good to go. They might have reflected it as at that time. So 5.5% increase, it's good. It's an improvement. It's something good. But I'm happy because it's going to help you apply for visa sponsorship. At the same time, is the pay worth it? I don't know. All I'm going to say is just apply. Now, the second good news I have is for the doctors, junior doctors. Now, they have agreed to a 22% increase in pay. This is fantastic news. Remember that the junior doctors have had series of strike. Even recently, the last strike they had was just before the general election. So they've had like 11 strikes since March 2023. And I'm so happy that finally there's been, something like an agreement. Now it's left for the doctors themselves in their association to approve this 22% increase that the government has proposed. Now, if they approve it, it's going to be reflected. It will mean that there's this increase in salary. Remember that when Rishi Sunak announced that he was going to increase the IHS fees, immigration health surcharge, remember when he says he's going to increase it to £1,035, he said with that money, when immigrants pay that money, they will use it to increase the salary of junior doctors. I think they are, fulfilling their promise. This new government is fulfilling their promise. Though there has been a huge drop in the number of students coming to the UK, I'm sure it will be reflected on the IHS fees. I'm sure that even the drop in other sectors when it comes to immigration will still be reflected on the IHS fees. But it seems that immigrants IHS fees are, is really working. That's all I can say about it, It seems that it's really working. It's being used to finance the salary pay rise of NHS doctors as well as NHS staff. I'm talking about healthcare assistants, nurses, and other people. Now, if you are interested in any of these things I've shared here, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Just be prepared to keep applying for jobs. Apply for jobs. That's what I always tell you. If you need someone that will help you with your supporting information, reach out to me. I will help you write an outstanding supporting information. Sometimes you need someone that will support you. Presidents or prime ministers don't write their speech. They have someone that will help them articulate their skills or what they want to say, communicate it effectively on paper. or in a supporting information or CV. You might be someone that kills every interview like me. That's I do very well in all the interviews I go. In fact, I get hired most of the time. The only time I've not been hired after an interview is just once. I went for a voluntary experience. They were not going to pay me anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. And the second time was, yeah, they later hired me after 4 months, after telling me they were not sure, but they hired me after 4 months. But why I'm sharing this with you is that you might be so good with interviews like me, but you cannot get an interview invitation without writing effectively on paper. I'm talking about your CV, your cover letter, your supporting information should communicate excellence, the skills, the things you're going to offer the recruiter. If you're not writing it, nobody will call you for interview. So if you need help with that, reach out to me. Send me a DM. I'm going to put the link in the description box so that you can have access to it, and send me a DM so that I can help you land that job. You don't want to. The reason why you could not achieve any of your goal was because you did not reach out for help. Nobody helped you out. Nothing. As in, you just, I would do it on my own. I would do it on my own. And you don't understand how the system works. You need someone that will help you, give you guidance on how to apply to submit a good application. Reach out to me. I don't need to say much. I'm just happy about this because it's going to change a lot of things for people. Yes, I said it. It's going to change a lot of things. We've been waiting for this news for a very long time. There are 217 trusts, with each trust having different hospitals and ambulance services and different things. So this is a fantastic opportunity for you to, apply for these jobs. Apply, expand your search. Do not apply to only London and Scotland. Submit your applications to other places. You understand? I'm talking about England, other parts of England. For Wales, we haven't heard anything yet, but once they release that news for Wales, I will share it with you. And if you have benefited from this video, please like, share, subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.